Well, Alexander Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals make their yearly stop here in Edmonton as the Oilers continue on during this 8-game homestand. We bring in Bob Stauffer from the Oilers Radio Network. And Bob, you'll be calling a game tonight where, again, the opponent is playing in the second half of a back-to-back. The Oilers' last 2 games, the same scenario, although they weren't able to capitalize. So tonight, it's imperative that they start on time against the Caps.
Yeah, 100%. It wasn't just that they've got 4 consecutive games against teams that have got back-to-backs. It's that those teams are playing their 3rd game in 4 days as well. No juice against New Jersey through 40 minutes. Tried to win a game by winning a period, and Jake Allen shut the door. Pittsburgh, the Oilers have dominated. They had won 8 of the previous 9 games dating back to the start of the 21-22 season. They'd outscored the Penguins 46-16. Now, sometimes in those games, the Oilers got some puck luck. They certainly got the lead in a bunch of them, and the opposite happened the other night against the Penguins, where they scored, the 3 goals in 37 seconds or whatever it was, and it just entirely changed the complexion of the game. And then the Oilers never got to their game, and they were loose, and they did a poor job of puck maintenance and puck management during the course of the game and couldn't work their way back in. So 100% imperative tonight against a different type of team than Pittsburgh. Like, I'm going to get Kyle Dubas. I got to give them credit. Like, they made some bets. They made a lot of bets because they got a bunch of guys that are pending UFAs, so they got some hungry players there. But they've panned out. They've changed the complexion and makeup of their team. Washington is one of the best-run organizations in the National Hockey League, Tony. Like, they did not rebuild. They reloaded on the fly.
Yeah.
And they've been a highly competitive team this year, despite the fact that they haven't had their second-line center, Pierre-Luc Dubois, who took a mammoth step forward last year with Washington. They haven't had him. He's played only 6 games all year. He's been out with an abdominal injury. And they've stayed competitive. They had a swoon recently before the victory last night in Calgary. They got really good prospects coming in the organization. They probably got the best player in NCAA hockey, Cole Hudson, who's obviously the brother of Oilers prospect Quinn Hudson and the brother of Lane Hudson, who won the Calder Trophy. He's an elite puck-moving defenseman. This team drafts well, and they're big and they're heavy. Yeah. And so the Oilers, they got to understand they got to compete from the opening shift.
All right. Well, a former Cap, now Edmonton Oiler, Andrew Mangiapane gets a look into the top 6 tonight. Slides up with Vasily Podkolzin and Leon Draisaitl. It's a big opportunity for number 88.
Well, it is a big opportunity, and we also, you've been at practice, and Kasperi Kapanen's very close. Like, I think he could play as early as Monday, and Kasperi's played well on the right wing on that line. So, Mangiapane spent last season with the Capitals after getting traded after the 7 seasons in Calgary, and he hasn't come close back to the 35-goal year.
Yeah.
But that wasn't all, like, he scored a lot at even strength that year. Like, that wasn't all, he was on PP2, he wasn't on the first unit power play in Calgary.
What is the primary ingredient that's missing from his game, you think?
He had a lot of chances in the top 6 through the first 20 games of the year, and then kind of moved some might say played his way down. I would say this, on this team, the first unit power play plays so much, and it should. It's at 32%. It's the best power play in the league. But sometimes we've seen a bit of a trend here over the last couple of years, especially for smaller players that are, say, 29 to 32. They've had some challenges gaining traction. So it's been a bit of a reoccurring theme. So I don't know how much of it's him and just how much of it is circumstance. But I know this, for Mangiapane, he has to make the most of the opportunity tonight. And so he's going to have to be relentless, like a dog on the bone of the puck. And he's tried to add some competitive fire and juice to his game of late. You've noticed that.
Yep.
He's gotten the grill of opposition players. He needs, at times last year, it looked like Arvidsson and Skinner had kind of weaved their way out of the mix. That hasn't occurred. Now, the other thing that happened is Corey Perry zoomed up the lineup and ended up scoring 19 goals and had double-digit goals in the playoffs. But it's an important game for him, and he's simply put, he's got to bring more.
Number 88 is in the top 6, and it's number 39 between the pipes. Now we've had a large enough sample size to see what Connor Ingram brings day in and day out. What is your assessment of him so far?
It's impossible not to look at the numbers. I mean, there's some stats that matter for me. So goal differential matters.
Yep.
Right? Washington's a good 5v5 team. They don't have great special teams, but they got a real good goal differential, and they're a good 5-on-5 team. For goalies, quality starts for me matter. And we're looking at a guy that's sitting around an 88% quality start ratio. That's not bad. So
pretty good.
It's pretty good. And it's funny. People said, well, how about the numbers in the AHL compared to the NHL? I mean, he's sitting at a .917 save percentage. And my response would be, it's tougher. I think it's tougher for goalies to go down from the NHL and play in the AHL because the AHL is less structured. And there's less process in the game, and it's more sporadic. And there's greater predictability. And the biggest thing that Ingram's done since he's gone in there is he has been calm. He's made, other than one start, all the other starts, he's made the stops that he's supposed to make. So I'm looking forward to see what he brings tonight for the Oilers.
Well, you talk about the strength of the Washington Capitals. Connor Ingram can expect a lot at even strength because the last time these two teams met, Bob, back on November 19th, a 7-4 victory for the Caps. All 7 goals coming via even strength. The Edmonton Oilers looking for win number 26 here tonight.